What's up? How we doing, people? My name's Mark. It's okay to say no. This is a YouTube live stream video. Thank you for joining me in the live stream, and thank you for watching the replay. It's okay to say no to caricature gigs and events. Yeah, that's what we're going to talk about. So, welcome. If you don't know me, my name's Mark, aka Cartoon Mark. I am a caricature artist in the Albany, New York area, and I'm about to sneeze. Hang on. Woo, live TV. The pollen here in upstate New York is crazy. Um, I'm a caricature artist here in upstate New York, Albany, New York area, and I do gigs and events. I do caricatures as a hobby, and I love it. Don't claim to know it all, but I share a little bit about it on here. And it's okay to say no. What do I mean by that? Well, um, there was a time when I did not say no. There was a time when I always said yes to everything. And that was because I wanted to get my feet wet, learn it all, you know, that there was to learn about caricatures. And I soon found out when you do live events, you are a caricature artist, but you're more of a business person. And that was tough for me. You're more of an entertainer. That was tough for me. So, um, I started saying no recently, more recently, to certain gigs and events because I knew what type of event it was. Number one, the travel. Anything more than half an hour, 45 minutes from my house, I generally don't do it, and I pass it off to other artists who are in that area. I always try to return the favor to our fellow caricature artists, as you should do the same. Um, there's about three or four caricature artists in my local area, maybe five, and let me tell you, there's plenty of work for us all out here. Again, I don't do it full time; it's a hobby. But this one gig, I said yes to last year or 2 years ago, whenever it was, and I got there. As soon as I got there, I knew as I was driving there, and it was an hour and 20-minute ride, and I did charge them for travel, and I soon realized after that hour and 20 minutes that I, had to perform the 3 to 4 hour event and then travel back home. Squeaky the cat is here with us. If you hear that, that was her. She's in the window right behind the camera. Hi, Squeaky. Hi. Hi. This event was a camp, a day camp for kids, for boys. And it was wild. It was just insane. And I have pictures of that throughout my YouTube. And it's a whole line of kids the entire time that I had to draw. And they wanted specific paper. You're going to run into this. The company wanted their logo on it. And I had them do all that. But the paper was a little different than the paper I'm used to drawing with my Crayola markers here. This is my French easel here. So I had to adjust accordingly. And I did the event, and as I'm there at the event, it was late. This day camp was a late night type of atmosphere. Even though it was kids, they were into the more nighttime activities. So I'm finishing up the gig after getting my butt kicked with caricatures. I'm like, thank God, all I gotta do is finish these last couple faces and then drive home an hour and 20 minutes. Then the event organizer comes up to me and says, can you come back tomorrow? What do I say? Yeah, because the money was good. And I don't do it for the money. Like I said, this is just a hobby. But the money was good. Oh boy, when I was driving out that second night, I was feeling it. I was like, "Oh no, I know what I'm in for." And it was a totally overall it was a good experience. But they had recalled me this year and I had turned them down and said, "No, I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm just not the right fit." And she was fine with it. And I gave her an artist name and contact info who might be able to help her. That second night, I wasn't even in. This is a huge complex. I wasn't even in the same area, so I thought where I thought I was going to be. They're like, "Oh no, we're going to have you over in the rec room or the I don't know wherever it was." But they had to drive me there via golf cart. So I had this easel, my paper, my backpack, my water. I had everything with me, and I have a wagon now that I pull. Maybe I'll do a video on that on my setup. But I wouldn't have been able to pull that wagon on the golf cart. So I just wanted to say it's okay to say no at these caricature events. If you feel it's going to be a bit too much for you, it's okay to say no and pass along. Always try to help them because you don't want to leave them stranded. And they're always thankful. They're like, when I say I'm not a good fit or I'm not available, I usually just, when I know I'm not a good fit, I always say I'm already booked. I'm sorry. And, and then I've learned that they want to know if I know any other caricature artists who could fill in. And I have, like I said, 3 or 4 other ones here that I work with, and I pass their name along, and they're always thankful for that. They're like, "Thank you for the information." Cheers to you. I need a little drink of caffeine here. Oh, I worked till 3 a.m. last night. I'm hurting. I'm feeling, and I gotta be in a few more hours to the day job. Cheers to you guys who work second and third shift. I did second and third shift as a caricature artist at a few after prom parties. You'll see those in my previous videos. The pictures of the kids, the college kids. They're great. Where else have I said no? Another type of event I will always say no to. And I just did a free event this weekend. And I'll tell you why I did a free event. So stay tuned to the end. I'll tell you all about that one. The other events I say no to are retail events, unless I'm working with the fair companies. I do that very rarely, but I did it in my beginning of my career to throw myself into that position of working retail because it's something I may want to explore in my retirement years, being the snowbird caricature artist that I'm going to be. Because I will be in a warm climate. I will not be here in New York State in the winter. Already told the family that you can come, you can stay, but Cartoon Mark is going to be on Jensen Beach, Port St. Lucie, Florida, drawing caricatures. So I said no to a few retail events, and I this was a food truck festival, and it sounded great. Oh, we're gonna have lots of food trucks, bounce houses, this and that, face painting, but you'll have to charge your customers. And this was when I was first starting out, and I learned, ooh, never do that again. Because when people see they got to pay for it, and you're a lone caricature artist, it could be good or it could be bad. And I wasn't. I was very green, very new, and my work wasn't up to par as what it is now. And I only drew like 2, maybe 3 caricatures at that retail event, food truck event. And boy, she made it sound like it was going to be a blast. It was for other people. But then I saw people, like, it was all just random vendors. Old ladies selling clothes. This lady spent an hour setting up her racks of clothes. I don't think she sold a thing. So I say no to gigs like that. Retail gigs, I say no to. And we'll wrap up with what did I say yes to? I just recently said yes to a free event. I did a totally free 3 hours. The only reason I did it, it was for the American Cancer Society, and it was here in my hometown, right in my backyard. So I did that, and it was convenient for me. And when you do a free one, Always ask for a donation receipt, like that you donated your time, because you could write that off come tax season, because we all report our taxes, right? Yeah, I do report the taxes for, that's a whole nother video. You'll be given a W-9 form or a W-2, which I forget which one it is, but you'll know when they hand it to you. And I'll never forget in my early career when I do a lot of college events, they email you a W-2 tax form. And I once questioned the lady. I said, "Can I just get paid in cash?" She's like, "No, you want to get paid, don't you?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "Well, you got to fill this out because they're writing you off as an expense. So, yeah, if you want to get paid, you got to fill out that paperwork, and then at the end of the year, report the taxes." So, if you do a free event, always ask for a letter or a receipt saying that you donated 3 hours of your time, which would be, for me, roughly 300 and some dollars. So you can have that to claim and have a little, get you a little something back. And always ask for a Google review. Big bonus tip here. I've been really hammering my customers on the bonus, on the Google review. Squeaky the cat just running out of here. Always ask for a Google review from your event host or coordinator. It really helps. Use Google Business. It's free. And when people see you on there and they see those, I'm up to 4 or 5 reviews now. That's a lot for a guy who does it as a hobby. And I'm really proud of that, because when people see that, the customers searching for you, they say, "Oh, this guy's pretty good," or "He was very professional," and they liked him. So there's the tip. There is the video. Welcome to the art studio. I'm going to get drawing here in a few. I'm going to go get my steps in, get the blood flowing, and then come back and start drawing a crowd. Bonus tip, bonus book of the day here is this book. I used to have it as a kid, and I had reordered it. It is. I always like to share books. I'm a book guy. I need a physical book to like draw from. So I use these for my superhero gags. I don't use this detailed of books, but how to draw. Sorry, people are texting me. That was Mom. Hi, Mom. Um, how to draw comics the Marvel way. Really good. It breaks it down pretty easy for you. Almost like the stick figure. What I do is a stick figure. People say, "Oh, I can't even draw a stick figure." Well, let me tell you. They talk about perspective in here and foreshortening. It all starts with a stick figure, and then you flesh it out. So I use like a Spider-Man gag. I use a Thor gag, Iron Man. I can draw the Hulk, stuff like that. But I make it a lot simpler, because live caricature, you got to be fast. Got to be fast, and we'll talk about being fast next video. Want to give some shout outs to my boy Todd Goings, Mikey Stock, all my regulars that tune in here. Let's Go Look, Mystic Rose, The Barefoot Vlogger, of course, Minivan Venturing, Mercy B, of course, and those are some Mad magazines here and here that I have signed by Sergio Aragones, probably my favorite cartoonist from Mad Magazine. And they're worth something. And that is a Tom Richmond original right there. And I have more on the wall. I'll rotate them in throughout the series here. This is Cartoon Mark saying, keep drawing. The world needs you. Always draw a crowd. And draw, whatever, or paint, whatever your medium is. The world needs you. All right, I got to run. Have a great day.